everyone. My name is Dolly and welcome to my channel Books and Beings. With this channel, I will be bringing to you stories from the lives of ordinary people who are just like you and me. And I'm sure that by end of every video, you will be like so inspired by the stories. And with every story that or in the video, I would encourage each one of you to pick up at least one task that you all have been avoiding for quite a long time, either because you are afraid to take a risk or you just do not want to take a chance. Okay. And by the end of every video, myself or my guest will be recommending to you at least one must read book, because I believe that cultivating the habit of reading book not only expands horizons, but it also broadens your thought process. So without delaying much, let's begin our today's first episode with Books and Beings. On our first episode, we have a very super duper energetic guest with me. She is Gomati Sitaraman. By profession, she is a health and wellness coach. She is based out of Dubai, UAE. And I am like 500% sure that once you hear from her, you will be like supercharged. So let's welcome Gomati ji. Hello, Gomati ji. How are you?
I'm very fine, Dolly. Thank you so much. And thank you for inviting me today. I just feel really, really good being here. Thank you so much.
Yes. So without delaying, we will just go ahead and hear this inspiring story from our guest. So kindly go ahead and narrate your story to our viewers.
Absolutely. I think everybody in life has a story to tell. And in every phase of your life, you have stories, whether you go to school, whether you go to college, whether you're starting a new life, working, whether you pick up a new hobby, everything has a story to it. But I'll be narrating one of the stories which are dearest to me, right? So I like to call it the Arogya Yatra. If you've ever heard of the terminology called Arogya Yatra, Arogya means goodness of health in your mind, body, and soul. It's a Sanskrit word for good living, good health. And the yatra is the journey towards continuing good health. So this is a story I personally relate to it a lot. So this is a story I'll be narrating to you all today. So somewhere around 2016, I was really obese. I was about 16 kilos or 17 kilos overweight. But when I'd actually come to Dubai, I was like really thin, lean and really fit. And over a period of time with my sedentary lifestyle, or we are all busy at work and we never pay attention to our health. Health, or let's say taking care of yourself, is one of the last priorities, or sometimes it's not even there on the listing. And that was the same case for me. And suddenly at one fine day, somewhere around, I think March, April, I said, no, this is not done, I was suddenly seeing certain photographs and I'm like, look at me now. I mean, what is this? This is not done. I said, I need to do something about it. And then I tried walking. I went around, I ran, I walked. I started doing my exercises regularly. I tried cutting carbs, but we all love food. I'm a foodie. I love to eat, I love to eat good food, tasty food. Then I suggested, let me follow a proper plan. Let me get it done properly with nutritionists. And that's when I did it. So from May, I underwent this journey for 6 months. Okay. And I can't tell you, the reason I say it is because the entire journey itself is a beautiful thing. When you're trying to lose weight, people have this notion, that, oh my God, I have to go on a diet. And since I'm going on a diet, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, I can't eat that. So, I'm not doing it. This is my one life. I have to, enjoy myself. How can it happen that I can't eat what I want to eat? So, yes, it is correct. It's our one life and we really need to enjoy. But, we've always heard of these phrases, no pain, no gain. For everything we want to achieve in life, we do sacrifice. Even for our work. So let's assume, I don't know what time do you get up. In my earlier job, when I used to work, I had to reach office at 7. So I would be up at 4:30 because I had to cook. And I had to leave for my work at 5:30 because my bus would come and pick me up. Isn't that a sacrifice I'm doing? But I do that, right? So we have, but when it comes to us, our body for sacrifice or our food for sacrifice, we always hesitate. We are not ready to invest our time, energy, and cash into it. And this, by through this, through with the help of you, I would like to tell people that is not a difficult journey. Once you start, see, the first thing you need to have is a mindset. And it took me a lot of time to get to the mindset that I need to do this. And once I made up my mind saying, I'm going to do this, the rest was very, very easy. We got the plan, we started doing it. And believe me, I'll tell you, when I would weigh myself and I'm like, oh, I've lost half a kilo. Yay! Can I see it? Can I see it? Yeah, half a kilo is really difficult to see, but the excitement is in you. And then you're saying, yes, I can do it and I want to do it. The plans are relatively comfortable. I'm if right now, currently I'm a coach and I'm also doing it, but that time I wasn't. So I would like say, oh, is this difficult to eat? Oh, I can't eat a burger today. Doesn't matter. I can't eat a vada pav. I'm not a big fan of burgers, but certainly a big fan of vada pav. And I love to eat vada pav. I mean, who doesn't like to eat fried bhajiyas and pakoras? Yeah, we all love to eat, right? But as they say, everything in moderation is good. But we had spoiled and messed up our bodies for so many years, especially me. I'm talking about myself. For let's say 15 years, I've completely played around with my body by not taking care of it. So I have to pay a small price. And 6 to 8 months is not a big price to pay. And I wouldn't even call it as a price to pay. I just started becoming more mindful in my habits. My exercises routines got consistent. I used to exercise regularly. I used to go for my walks regularly. I would just breathe properly and well. I didn't enroll myself into any gym because I personally feel, if I join a gym, I may be able to go one day, I may not be able to go the other day because I'll have to go somewhere else for it. But walking is in my hands. I just step out of the house and there I'm walking. So it's an easy exercise. It's a long-term exercise which can be done free of charge by anyone, right? So the entire concept is how can we do things which we can make an impact in our life, which can become easy and easily implementable without having the hassles. So let's assume I go to some village and there is no gym there. Then what do? Right? So walking is my feat. I can do it wherever I am. So that was my idea of doing things. So I got back to eating healthier. And of course, let me tell you, when I would travel certain times, I would still eat my vada pav once in a while. I would tell my nutritionist, I had a vada pav today. So she said, no problem, because it's, we are living a life. We are living a life where we are living in this world. We have families. We meet people, we socialize with people, we go out, we have, functions at home, we have events, we have celebrations, and I can't constantly say, oh, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to eat. But, you become mindful. So even when I would go, instead of eating, let's say, like 2 vada pavs or, so many samosas or, bhajiyas, I would be careful. I would eat a little and I would relish and enjoy it. Just make that entire journey of eating even half a vada pav make me feel as if I've eaten 2 vada pavs. So, when you enjoy it rather than gobble the food, you can eat more. But when you enjoy that process of eating even half a vada pav, that can give you equal amount of satisfaction. So, you start becoming more mindful of your habits. And that makes it wonderful. So over a period of, let's say, 6 months, I shed off the excess 16 kilos which were with me. And the kind of energy, the kind of, I can't tell you, the vigor I got, it was completely different. The confidence. Can you imagine fitting back into your clothes when you got married? It's been a long time. It just feels good, fitting back into your old t-shirts, your old jeans. And like, yay, yes, of course, you need to spend money on buying new wardrobe now because your old wardrobe. So that's a motivation again, because when you buy a new wardrobe, you don't want to spend money, refixing that. So, you have to keep yourself going. And once I finished my journey of losing 16 kilos and I felt so good. And I mean, the goodness was not that my body was light. The goodness was that my mind was light. I was, you could see it in my eyes, in my face, in my entire demeanor, in my activities, it was completely there. People could see it. And that's what I think is a beautiful thing. And I wanted to give this experience. I wanted people to enjoy the journey of losing weight than making it feel like a penance or a punishment. Nobody should feel that losing weight is a punishment. No, it is not. We've all enjoyed food. That's why we've come here. Now that we've realized that we want to do it, we can do it pleasurably. We can do it happily. Of course, there are going to be a bit of, give and take relationship. In everything we have it. We have to have a compromise everywhere. Whether we are working, whether we're doing anything, there's always a compromise, right? We don't get our way in all our activities, whether it's office, whether it's our children, whether it's our parents. We always need to compromise. The same way with the nutrition plans. So I never call them diet plans, because diet is a word which people don't like. I say go on to nutrition. Eat nutritious, yummy food, which is very much available. And then you can ensure that the journey becomes great. And that is why my company is called Arogya Yatra.
Thank you, Gomati ji, for sharing this experience. And in the introduction itself, I told that to my viewers that I know once they hear from you, they will all be supercharged, and I'm sure they have got this charge from you. And I just can't express that the first video that I will be putting on will come with so much of good message, so much of goodness, and that's from you. Through these videos, I would also encourage our viewers to cultivate the habit of reading. So usually I'll ask my guests to recommend at least one book. So which one would you like to do?
Oh, that's great. That's brilliant. Because I'll tell you what, reading is a habit which I had from childhood. I love to read. I've been reading a lot of fiction all my life, and recently I've also moved between fiction and non-fiction. But one of the books over the past, let's say 2 years, just during COVID or around that time, one of the books which I had picked up it's called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. I don't know if you've heard about the book. Yeah. It's a brilliant book which talks about the subconsciousness which is in us, which tells you, guys, you have the power to change everything. You bring your hopes, you bring your ambitions, you think about it, and you can do it. I thought it was just such a fascinating book to understand your own mind, that our mind is such a powerful tool. Like when I give consultations to people on, how they can be healthy, and, how they can continue this journey without breaking, I tell them the first victory is when you convince your mind saying, this is what I want to do. Once you tell your mind, this is what I want to do, and you say it continuously, then that will happen. So that's what Joseph Heller tells us about affirmations. I don't know if you've heard about them. They're very powerful, positive statements. I keep telling them, just keep saying it. For example, I keep saying, I will run 5 kilometers every day. I will run 5 kilometers every day. So I've come up to 3 kilometers. I run 3 kilometers every day. So I'm soon hoping to make it 5. But you get onto the process, you get onto the journey, and there can be nothing harm in saying positive statements. It will only make you feel good. It will only make you feel positive, right? So you choose, in The Power of Subconscious Mind, he tells you that you have the power to choose your mind and your thought, where you want your thoughts to go. You can choose your thoughts, whether it goes towards the right things, the positive things, the encouraging things, or vice versa. So when you have the power to choose, we have to make that conscious effort using our subconscious mind to make our lives better. So this is a book I'd love everybody to read.
Yeah, even I've read that book, and I would actually recommend my viewers to go ahead and read this book, because it really works. And I would like to put two very important questions to you. Okay, the question is, where do you gather so much energy from? Please tell us.
Yeah, Dolly, it was wonderful to meet you. We met at the teachers training course. We both decided we wanted to, include yoga as a part of our life. And so we both ended up meeting at the Yoga Institute, to learn yoga. Yes, how do I get energy? I don't know. I just take life when you're positive, I feel when you wake up in the morning, I have a few small routines, and I think that keeps encouraging me always. So when I wake up in gratitude. Whenever I wake up, I say thank you, thank you God for giving me this wonderful day again. Small things to be grateful for. Like today, I was grateful I'm getting an opportunity to be interviewed by you, which is fantastic. Even that's a small thing, and that's a great thing for me. So, when you wake up in gratitude, when you try and find happiness in every small thing in your life, it just ignites you, it just keeps you happy. And happiness turns into energy. See, everything is a form of energy, right? Your happiness can be your energy and it can keep you enthusiastic. And I love life. I love life per se. I love attacking life, talking to life, moving on with it, with all that I have in me. And I think that's what keeps me energetic and enthusiastic.
Yeah, so I would like to add, like we had this one session in our yoga course. So she had to give this benefits for the asanas. So once Gomati ji mentions the benefits, even our teachers would say, oh, so now even I would like to go and do the asanas, okay? Even if the benefits were relevant or not, the way she would present it, the teachers would just go all about it. Okay, and the second one is I would like you to give one advice on health that you want our viewers to follow, because in the pandemic our life has become so stagnant, we are
That's
sitting
right.
hours at home, we are not doing any extra activities. So what is that one advice that you want our viewers to follow diligently, and which is very easy also?
Jolly, advice, yes, we can, but I'd like to share a few tips with you guys, which people can follow on an everyday basis. They're very, very simple tips and which will help them. So I would like to start with, when you wake up in the morning, try and have a glass of warm water before eating or drinking anything, because your body's been, you're sleeping and you'll be dehydrated. So it's good to start with a glass of warm water, preferably, rather than regular temperature. Warm water helps. Try and have a few nuts in the morning, let's say a couple of almonds, a walnut or two. It gives you a lot of energy. And as you know, nuts are filled with tons of health benefits. So that will help us. Try and also have a glass of warm water after every meal. Just one glass, after every meal, because what that will help you, it will help your food digest better. So that also helps you. And try and have your dinner by 7:30. When you try and have your dinner at an early time, you also help all your systems inside your body get some good rest, and they work better. Like all of us, right? We need to oil our machines, we need to oil everything. So just try and follow these simple tips. It will help you in the long run.
Thank you so much for your tips. I'm sure that viewers would love to do, and especially women would look at your story, hear your story, and now just keep aside all those diet plans and all, but we'll follow whatever we like to eat, but in proportions and all.
Yes, you should just know what suits you. So we say, eat right, eat the right quantity, eat at the right time, and eat the right proportions, and things will be fine.
These are just a few tips that you heard from her. If you would like to know more about her, so she would be sharing amazing tips and tricks in her social media pages. I will be providing the details in the description below. Thank you, Gomati ji, for coming to my show and sharing a wonderful journey of yours. I would love to see you again and just supercharge our viewers with your talks and stories.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much, Dolly, for inviting me. I loved being here. Thanks a lot, and namaste to everyone.
Thank you. I'm sure you all have collected this gamut of energy and inspiration from our enthusiastic guest. And if you have any feedback or comments for me, you can provide in the comment sections below. So keep watching my channel and keep showing your love. Thank you. Bye-bye. Stay safe, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay happy. Bye. See you next time again with a wonderful and inspirational story.